Welcome back to Southwest Yard and Garden. I'm John White. Today we're going to be talking about fruit trees, and those are the stone fruits. So those are the peaches, apricots, plums, cherries, and then we're going to take a look at an almond also. And with me today is Benny Knudsen, and Benny is a master gardener and retired Air Force colonel, and has moved here about 3 years ago, and he's got his own little orchard here.
About 3 years ago, having fun at it. As a matter of fact, we have some of the best weeds in the county here, and so we've dubbed our little farm the Garden of Weeding. So, right. So anyway, happy to be here, John. Thank you very much for inviting me to come.
Thank you. Well, we have one of the big problems in the southern part of the state is trying to avoid frost, and I guess whether you're north or south part of the state, frost is a big thing that's in fruit growers' mind.
I grew up in Farmington, and we had them out there too. So, but anyway, if we can zoom in here, we've got some about pea-sized plums. This is a Mariposa plum tree, and so these have managed to work their way through the buds, and now they're starting to put fruit on and starting to grow. So that's the beginning. This is a Mariposa.
Benny, if we're testing flowers to see whether they're still good or not, you just kind of touch on them.
I usually just touch them. You can just usually touch them. If they fall off, then they're either they weren't pollinated, or they had a little nip of frost.
Okay.
And then what happens is the what's left of the blossom just falls away because it's brown now at this time. It's past its blossom time.
Okay. Well, let's go over and take a look at another tree.
All right.
Benny, what kind of tree do we have here?
Well, this tree is a Stella sweet cherry.
All right.
And it's just a mid-size. It's not going to be a full-grown tree. And right now you can see it's about in full bloom, or maybe just past full, because we got a lot of leaf. The leaves are already coming out, so on. But beautiful blossoms. You can see even bees around here still getting nectar and pollinating.
Sweet cherry is a little hard to grow in the southern part of the state. They like that higher elevation.
Right.
But people and birds love cherries.
That's right. Yeah. And maybe with this smaller size, to save the crop, we can put a net. It's easier to put a net over a smaller size tree, so that's probably why we have some of those.
We might talk about some of the narrow branch angles here. We kind of cherries may not be so much a problem, but on some of our peaches and stuff, if we have real heavy crop loads, those narrow branch angles are not real strong. So we like to have more open branch angles, and we don't like them all coming off at one point. That makes a weak spot on the tree.
But we take care of that back in the first year of after we get them in the ground.
Okay. Let's go take a look at another. Benny, what do we have here?
This is one of the more mature peach trees I planted about 4 years ago, and right now the blossoms are just about to go off, and the fruit is emerging. We might be able to find some here, but it's not quite. There's a few. Maybe there's a couple in there that we can see the small fruit appearing, but the leaves are starting to come out now too. So that means that we're, of course, at the end of the blossom time. Getting close to it.
You have a good base shape, open size to it, and so the main scaffolds are down kind of low on it. We have about 3 to 4 main scaffolds, which is good. So it's looking good.
Yeah, this one had some of the really good fruit on last year, and a lot. It was a good producer.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at another. Benny, we got a good-sized tree here.
This one is an early Tilton apricot. As you can see that from its blossoms sometime in February. Very susceptible to early frost, but somehow it's made it through this year, and so you can see the fruit that's already on it here. So good crop, good apricot.
Looks like you might even have a little thinning to have to do here later on.
That's possible, yeah.
Got a good crop on. This is a good-sized tree. Kind of shows you what a full standard tree looks like. A little too big for a home yard situation, but good for this kind of location where you got lots of room. Let's go look at your nut crop, your almonds.
All right, let's go look at them.
Benny, what do we have here?
Well, this one is an almond tree, and this tree, I got 2 of these trees. One's a mission and one's non-parallel, and you got to have 2 for
pollination.
Yeah, for pollination. And here's some fruit. And this is the first year that we've had a crop, and of course, if the weather cooperates, then this should be a bumper crop also from the almonds.
It looks very good. You got good growth on this for 4 years.
Yeah, they grow wonderful. They also make just a good tree for your front yard, frankly.
Right. Again, remember that the almond is a member of the prunus family. It's in with the peaches. It's a stone fruit and early bloomer. A lot of people try and grow them, but they do get caught with the late frost, but it does make a nice shade tree, so it can be used for that.
Yeah.
But it is susceptible to a lot of the same peach diseases and problems that peaches do, and so you need to be careful of that. But Benny, thank you very much for the tour of the Garden of Whedon.
You're surely welcome, John.
All right.
Glad to have you out here.
Thank you.
Hey.